How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer coming at you with another video. I'm back. I'm back with a vengeance. Actually, I've been here the entire time. I've just been extremely busy. Won't get into specifics, but again, YouTube takes a backseat when there's other things going on that are just a little bit more important. That being said, one thing I wanted to get out of the way here, I was out and about today. So you can see a little bit of footage here. And, oh, by the way, I was at the grocery store recently, and I noticed Starfield is on select bags of Doritos, which is cool to see, and also Doom as well. So I don't know if it's a partnership with Bethesda and id Software and Microsoft and Doritos, but I thought that was pretty cool to see that in store. So the weather's been hit or miss. Lots of rain, but today, for the most part, it was pretty nice out. So as you can see by some of this video, I was taking a scenic route today. And there's lots of beautiful lakes to be had in and around the Ontario region. So yeah, if ever you're out this way, if you're in Ontario, especially if you go up north, that's my personal preference from what I've seen geographically speaking. Once you get further up north, it's a little bit more isolated. You're not so much in a sardine can, and what I mean by that is the hustle and bustle of the city. And once you get away from the city and you go a little bit further up north, you see a lot of, again, great lakes, forestry, nature, wild animals. So yeah, that's just my take on it. And once you even get into the province of Quebec and all the other provinces as well, there's a host of things to see and do in Canada. So, with that little preamble out of the way, before we get into the main topic, I wanted to show you guys a little pickup here. On the way home, I stopped by a thrift store, which I haven't been to in a long time, and I went in there, and there wasn't really much in there. There was a couple of copies of Call of Duty Black Ops and Black Ops 2 for the 360, but the discs were scratched. And I poked around. I wanted to look at the other stuff in the thrift store as well. There wasn't really anything that piqued my interest. I was about to walk out, and I went over to the far end of the store where the electronics were, and there was a couple of Xbox 360 controllers. There was a white arcade model controller. There was an aftermarket translucent gray Xbox 360 controller, and then there was this one here for $6.50. Boom! How do you like those apples? This is the RE5, the Resident Evil 5 red Xbox 360 controller, which came bundled with the Resident Evil 5 red arcade console. So this is pretty sick. It's pretty sweet, to be honest with you. It's pretty cool. I'm not actually going to keep it. A buddy of mine, a subscriber of the channel, he doesn't live too far from me. We're planning on meeting up. Yes, getting out of our comfort zone. And I know that he's in possession or he's in the process of acquiring the RE5 console from somebody who owed him a little bit of money, and they brokered a deal, and the guy's going to give him, my buddy, the RE5 red console. It's a sexy console too. But it's my understanding his friend who's giving him the console doesn't know where the controller is. It might be buried away somewhere in an RV. Rather than have him try to look for it, I said, what the hell, $6.50? This is the missing link. This is the piece that he needs for his RE5 console. So Nicholas, next time we meet up, don't worry about the $6.50. That's what we do for each other in the community. I spent a good 10-15 minutes cleaning this off for you tonight, sanitizing it. The thing is with 360 controllers, my God, they're one of the worst offenders as far as gunk and chip grease is concerned. So if ever you buy a used or pre-owned Xbox 360 controller, you have to literally do everything to it. Take the compressed air, toothpicks, toothbrush, the gunk, the chip grease gets jammed into these creases here, and also in the the little buttons here and up here too, where it says LT and RT, and you got to get in there and get it all out. You do. You don't know where these games and these peripherals, I always pronounce that wrong, and controllers, you don't know where they've been. They could have been up someone's asshole for all you know. So it's nice and clean for you now. So, yeah, that's nice. That's real nice. Oh, shit! It's okay. 360 controllers are indestructible. So when I picked it up, it had no back cover, excuse me. Wow. And there was another controller, the white one, and it had the battery pack. So I took it off that controller and I put it on this one. Why not? Big fucking deal. And yeah, it's good. It's good. We're good. But if Nicholas wants me to put a regular cover on the back of this controller, I don't mind doing that, and I'll keep the battery pack. So let me know, Nicholas. So with that out of the way, there was something I wanted to talk about, and I was going to talk about it several times over the last couple of days, but I had to sit on it and collect my thoughts. So not everybody knows about this. As a matter of fact, most of you probably don't. But if you've been playing games, modern games, over the last couple of years, you're starting to notice a trend. And that's, a lot of these companies are starting to incorporate diversity, inclusion, and a lot of things that are, let's be honest, hot topics and things of important discussion in the modern era. So, my goal here today is to explain in a minute what it is I want to talk about. But I'm limited as to what I can say. I can't go off the rails and rant about it. I don't think it would be appropriate to do that. All I can do is give you guys the information, and you guys can have your own opinion on it. So, obviously, over the last couple of years, like I said, we've been seeing more and more and more of this kind of trend. The Last of Us 2, I believe there's a character, I don't know if you can play as the character, but they're transgender in the game. And then more recently with Starfield, when you're at the character creation screen, there's an option to select a pronoun. And in the new Spider-Man game for the PS5, I believe there is a mission where you assist a boy who's gay in trying to find a date for the prom. If I have that wrong, I apologize. That's what I had, I guess, read on Twitter. Yeah, it could be bullshit, right? And then we're seeing it again in Alan Wake 2. There's lots of examples in Alan Wake 2 of this type of, I guess you would say, a way of modernizing, video games and getting along with the times. I guess that's the goal of it, right? So, I got to show you guys here. There's a firm based out of Montreal. I don't know if you'd call it a firm, but it's a company by the name of Sweet Baby Inc. Now, Sweet Baby Inc., I guess, yeah, they're a consulting firm. Again, based out of Montreal, an hour away from me. And what Sweet Baby Inc. does is they work with a lot of these big studios with regards to, like, let's say, well, I guess I'll just throw it out there. Remedy actually reached out to Sweet Baby Inc. and got assistance with tweaking, I guess, the final script of Alan Wake 2. And also, the developers of Spider-Man 2 for the PS5 also utilized Sweet Baby Inc. as well. So Sweet Baby Inc., reading this right off their website, founded in 2018, Sweet Baby Inc. is a narrative development and consultation studio based in Montreal and working around the globe. Our mission is to tell better, more empathetic stories while diversifying and enriching the video games industry. We aim to make games more engaging, more fun, more meaningful, and more inclusive for everyone. So it's no secret. in Alan Wake 2, you co-star as a black female FBI agent. Again, it's fine. I have no problems with that. I've been playing the game, and I actually think it's really good. She's on the cover of the game, or at least the artwork, the main artwork. And she's the first character you play as when you start the game. I'm about 2.5 hours into the game, and I am still playing as her. When you first start the game, once you finally make your way into the town and you walk into the diner, she approaches a couple that is sitting at a diner table, a black couple. Again, I have no problem with that. I'm just saying it's possible Sweet Baby Inc. may have lended or at least assisted with the script and tweaks and changes with regards to what they wanted to see in Alan Wake 2. I don't know if that specifically is the reason. I don't know if, they said, hey, maybe you should have a black female as the protagonist in the game. I don't know. You'd have to ask Sweet Baby Inc. I don't think there's a problem with it whatsoever. I don't think anybody would think there's a problem with that. But you'd be surprised on the internet. With regards to, again, the example I used was Spider-Man in the mission where you have to help a young male adolescent find a date for the prom. So here, I don't know. I don't know about that. So this is what I want to say about it. Okay, and our opinions will be different. Obviously, there's a lot of, if you look it up on Twitter and on YouTube, there's a lot of other people that are really hating on this idea of putting inclusion into your video game. So my problem with it, okay, is, for one thing, Remedy is a big enough company. You think they would be able to make these decisions on their own without having to use to consult with Sweet Baby Inc. But I don't know. Maybe the reason why they're consulting with Sweet Baby Inc. is because there are people maybe that work at Sweet Baby Inc. that understand maybe the true struggles that a lot of these minorities and people of different backgrounds go through each and every day. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But I'm sure there are people that work at Remedy that understand those struggles as well. So I have no idea. If you look it up, there's something called an EGR score as well, which is different from an IGN score. And this is a score that has to do with, I guess, some other companies out there that rate video games based on the inclusion and diversity that has been put into the video game. If I have that wrong, I apologize. I'm not the most educated on the topic. Maybe I shouldn't even be talking about it. So my issue with what we're talking about, my issue is this, okay? So Sweet Baby Inc. wants to step in and help out these companies and help tweak the script just a little bit so that, not everybody in the game is Caucasian, as an example, or a male holding a gun. I get it. I don't necessarily agree with that either. I totally get it. The issue I have with the way that a lot of these companies are handling incorporating these things into the modern video game is, I think there's a way you could go about it where it seems a little bit more organic, a little bit more natural, a little bit less forced, a little bit less in your face. And I feel like a lot of times when we're playing these games, the way in which diversity and inclusion and all the rest of it is incorporated into the game, I find it's like too abrasive. It's just thrown right in your fucking face. They really want you to hear what it is that they're trying to say. And I just feel like when you're talking about media or movies or video games, it doesn't have to be like that. You can incorporate a gay character into a video game without having to be so uber aggressive about it. Okay, that's my opinion on it. There's ways that you can tell a story or introduce a character, okay, without having to be so aggressive about it. So that's my problem with it. If I had one thing that I could share with Sweet Baby Inc. or these other companies that are trying to mold diversity and inclusion into their video games, just try to be a little bit more organic about it, okay? It doesn't have to be so obvious, Okay, that's my opinion on it, okay? I don't have a problem if I play Alan Wake tonight and I come across a transgender character in the game, that's fine. So the thing is, a lot of people don't understand. These are things that are extremely important to a lot of people in 2023, whether you like it or not. So when you see a company like Remedy, or I can't even remember the name of the studio that did Spider-Man 2, and they're incorporating these things into the game, I definitely understand, because if they don't, the backlash could be even worse. You know what I mean? So I totally get it. It's important not just in video games. It's important, companies out there that are hiring employees, that they're open-minded with who they're hiring. And everywhere you go right now, it's a hot topic. So I don't have a problem seeing this in our video games. I just don't like the way that it's being presented. I feel like just because somebody, I just using this example again because it's there. Just because somebody's gay as an example, you could treat them just like anyone else when you're introducing them into the game. Okay, you don't have to really like make this holy shit moment. This person's gay in the game because you're trying to win it like a game award at the end of the year or something. Like, it doesn't have to really be like that. So that being said, so far playing through Alan Wake, I'm not really seen. I haven't beaten it yet, but I haven't seen anything that's really really in your face. You know what I mean? Like I haven't seen it yet, but there are those online that have been complaining about, what Sweet Baby Inc. is doing to our video games. And like I said, the example I used with Spider-Man, yeah, that's an example of like, if it were me, and it's not up to me, but if it were up to me, I think they're going about it the wrong way. That's all I'm saying. I think there's a better way that you can incorporate these ideas into a story or into a game where it seems more natural, not so obvious and not so fucking forced. So that's my opinion on it. But yeah, if you weren't aware of Sweet Baby Inc., you can look them up. I'll leave a link in the description to their website. Again, I'm not trying to attack these people. I'm just giving you my opinion on how they can incorporate these ideas into a script, as an example. But who am I? I'm just a teensy weensy little old Canadian gamer with a small YouTube channel. So yeah, so that's it. A lot of people weren't aware of Sweet Baby Inc. or who they were or what they are and what they're doing to our games. And I think if they go about it the right way, it could be a really good thing. But if they're going to be, somebody also shared a screenshot, and I don't know if it's legit or not. I don't know. But in Alan Wake 2, the lead protagonist, the black female, she says something later on in the game about figures this is how a white person would treat a black woman or something. Like, see, that's something that I don't think that really needs to be put into the game. Like, that sort of, like, is that, like, we're just trying to play a game here. We're just trying to play a video game here. Does that really need to be thrown at us like that? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, okay? But I feel like that is as an example of, like, going too far with it, okay? That's going just a little bit too far, okay? So yeah, that's it. I just wanted to rant about that for a little bit. It's not really a rant, it's just a discussion piece, because there's like 2% of the gaming community that actually knows about Sweet Baby Inc. and they're making a big fucking deal about it online. And the rest of us probably haven't even heard. I hadn't even heard of Sweet Baby Inc. before, and they're, I guess, in my backyard. They're in Montreal, so maybe I should go down there and introduce myself. So that's it. I'm going to leave it there. Please don't attack me. I'm just opening up the dialogue, okay? Relax. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to cut it off there. I'll be back with something else a little bit later on in the week. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.